All right. All righty. Close enough to 6. I don't feel like sitting here anymore. Just looking at myself. Let's actually so let's get some breaking the silence up in here. All right. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. A nice, what's today? Wednesday. Nice Wednesday night stream. Who we got? Let's see. Starkey, my boy Starkey 3000. What is up? Matt Sargent is here. Legendary Bob says hello. Hello, Legendary Bob. Who else? Computer Geek. Let's get the show started. I agree. Let's do it. Eric. Is it Eric or Eric? But what up, my guy? Welcome. And Jimmy Jones. Hello. You will be in the background as I fall asleep. Midnight here in the UK, man. I am perfectly fine with that. Let my soothing voice act as a lullaby to your slumber. Installing Jellyfin might be boring enough to put everybody else to sleep, but we'll see. We'll see. Who else? Chris. Ahoy. Welcome. Chris is out on out at sea. Ahoy. Happy. Hello. Welcome back, Happy. You were in here for the Minecraft stream, I believe, if I remember correctly. CM Nor has got their popcorn ready, I believe. That's what that emoji is. Wayne Steed, hello, welcome. Listening while I work. Good vibes. It's nice, dude. Listen while you work. I like to hear that. And David Secor. Hello, welcome, David. All right. So we got, looks like we got like 20 people in here ready to watch me install Jellyfin. Man, you guys are bored. I'm kidding. I know I'm super entertaining, right? I've got 1,400 movies on Plex, so this will be one hell of a project if you convince me to switch. Hey, I'm personally a Plex user myself. The reason I'm doing this is because anytime I mention Plex or talk about Plex, some people pop out of the woodwork. Like, hey man, what about Jellyfin? Huh? You got a Jellyfin? I'm like, no, I haven't. I use Plex. I like it. So I don't really have a motivation to switch. So I'd rather be able to give a better answer. So here I am trying it out, see what it's all about. The one major thing I know right off the bat is that it's free, unlike Plex. But I mean, Plex, for what you get and it not being a subscription, I mean, you can buy the lifetime pass. It's not too bad. So I don't really consider it that big of a deal. I don't even know what Jellyfin is. Actually, I'm not really sure what Plex is either. So what these are media servers. They're pretty sophisticated media servers. Plex is the most popular one, I would say, in terms of streaming, especially like remotely too. It's designed to house all of your legally obtained media, and it hosts it to where you can watch it obviously within your own network, but also outside of your network remotely, which is pretty cool. It also does a good job at automatically like categorizing your media, adding metadata to it and keeping it all nice and neat so that you could literally just throw the files at it, and it does a good job of sorting it all out. So it's pretty cool. Alan is over there in Twitch land. Welcome. Oh, he's in both. Nice. Double Allens. Yeah, legally obtained. Yeah, for sure. 100% legally obtained. I am on the record of stating that I have legally obtained all of my media. Yep. Like, what's the difference between having something like Plex and just browsing to a network folder on a NAS or whatever? So when you browse to a NAS, if you house your files on a NAS, they are just in that standard format. So whatever they were transcoded into, whether that's like a specific resolution, a specific frame rate, compression rate, if they're using, different levels of compression, that's all you have. And then it might not play well with a bunch of different devices. So your iPhone, your laptop, your smart TV, but Plex takes those files and transcodes them to where they can be viewed on basically any device, and you have more customization over that transcoding. Whether you want to say like, hey, if someone's streaming to mobile, transcode it to like a lower format because maybe we don't want our 4K full high res, high bit rate media being streamed to a small device. Maybe we just want like a smaller 1080p or 720p version. So depending on your hardware, it can transcode it in real time and be compatible with pretty much every device. You said the word Jellyfin, and I decided to throw my phone in my toilet. I am currently watching through the reflection of my toilet water. Well, I hope I sound good underwater. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I've never used Jellyfin. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, but again, I've heard good and bad things about pretty much every piece of software in the history of the world. So, any advices on improving Plex transcoding on Pi 4 or Western Digital X2 Ultra? What WD X2 Ultra? No real advice on transcoding. Transcoding is going to be only as good as your hardware that you transcode on. So the more cores, if you're doing software encoding and software transcoding, the more cores, the faster cores, the better. And if you're doing hardware encoding, a better GPU is going to handle it. So that's, I mean, on a Pi, you can only get so much out of a Pi. But I would suggest if you are specifically hosting it on a Pi, don't throw any like 4K content or anything high bitrate at it, because if it does attempt to transcode it, that's a lot of data to parse through to do its transcoding. So stick to like 1080p and yeah, lower bitrate titles. MB is the correct answer. I saw a tweet today for MB and I was like, oh, it's convenient because I'm literally doing a stream about media servers tonight. But yeah, all I've used is Plex. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, let's, what time is it? 6:07. Oh, let's do show and tell. So I got this in the other day. I'm super pumped about it. A lot of you guys probably don't care, but just let me, okay, just let me show it off for a second. This is my Sony FX3. Super pumped to get this in. So my main cam is a Sony a7S III. I use it for all my YouTube videos and streaming, and it kind of sits all rigged up, ready to stream, and in this one spot with like light stands all around it. And anytime I wanted to get another shot or do some like B-roll or something and use, the same camera, I'd have to unrig it, and it was such a pain in the ass that I decided to get a secondary camera. And it's completely overkill, but it's so cool that I just had to show it off. Yeah, it's legit. NVIDIA is better for hardware encoding. It's recommended more than AMD a lot. Yeah, AMD with their like tensor cores or their specific encoding cores, transcoding cores, encoding, but yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, they'll both be fine if you have the the CPU cores to allocate to Plex, then you'll probably be fine with just throwing a decent modern CPU at Plex. Unless, you know, you're looking to transcode a crap ton of stuff in real time, like multiple, like 5 to 10 transcoding streams at one time, then you'll be fine with software. That's an expensive B-roll camera. I am well aware of that. The other reason that I wanted this was that I want to start doing more videos outside of the office, like a change of scenery for some of my videos, and I also have another channel that's going to be more vlog-like and more out of the office, less technical. So I wanted a camera that wasn't a pain in the ass to set up and remove and travel with, and it's all rigged up. If I wanted it light and compact, I'd have to completely take off the cage and blah blah blah. This is already extremely compact. If I want to remove the handle, it's just 2 screws, take it off, and then I have literally just the camera. So this is awesome. I'm super pumped for it. I used it for 2 shots yesterday, and yeah, that video will be going live tomorrow morning. I have a video on self-hosting websites using Cloudflare and Nginx Reverse Proxy going live tomorrow morning. Hunter Warrior 24, welcome. I forget. I know you're in the Discord. I know, is it Andrew? I can't remember your real name, but welcome. Welcome to the stream over on Twitch. Okay, I'll read a few more messages and then we'll go ahead and get started here. Great purchase, Nikon fan myself, but can't talk bad about good hardware. Yeah, I'm not a fanboy. Every system has its pros and cons, but it's almost like you have to be a fanboy with terms of cameras, because you can't really have a Sony and a Canon and a Nikon, because, you know, all the lenses, you want the lenses that are for natively for your system. So you're going to have a bunch of Sony lenses. So if you have a Nikon camera, you know, those Sony lenses, obviously you can get adapters, but they don't work as well when you're adapting them. So you kind of pick your what's the word I'm looking for? You pick your team, your camera team, and you kind of stick with it. Parpat, that's oh my God, why does that name sound familiar? Over on Twitch. What up? Welcome. What is that emoji even? The screen is so small, I can't even see. What the hell is that emoji? But yeah, welcome. Welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and get started here. Oh, it's a Monopoly Man. I need an actual like monitor screen right here. I'm working off 2 little portable monitors, and it's rough. Okay, let's check some things here and go ahead and get started. All right. Mounted credit card. Oh, that's Patrick. Parpat 86. Okay, yeah. All right, let's do this. I have to ask, have you guys 3D printed anything cool lately? I am not the 3D printing person in this household, surprisingly. My fiance is the 3D printing. I don't know why I'm looking over there. She's literally not even home. She's the 3D printing person in the household. She designed and 3D printed some parts for her stained glass projects that she's been working on, and she did that last night. I know nothing about 3D printing, so she is the expert in that field. I use the Canon 60D for filming. If I wasn't with Sony, I would be with Canon for sure. But okay, welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's switch over so you don't have to just look at my face all big and pretty on your screen. So yeah, Jellyfin. It's a media server, very similar to Plex. Lets you host all your media, your TV shows, your movies, your home movies, music, live TV, all of that, all legally obtained. Lets you host that and share it with pretty much whoever you want through whatever platform you want. There's apps for your phone, your TV. You can obviously run it on your computer or laptop. So I personally use Plex. I like it. I think it works great. I have no reason to switch, but that doesn't mean we can't try out other software and see how it performs. So that's what we're going to do today. Like I said before, the one major thing that is always brought up about Jellyfin versus Plex is that Jellyfin is free. Free to host and free to use, whereas Plex, you have to buy a plan to host Plex. Now, I think you can host some features for free on Plex, but if you want the full experience, being able to share it with others through your own media server, then you have to pay for it. Now, they do have subscriptions, or you can just buy the lifetime. I recommend buying the lifetime pass. It's always going on sale for probably around, what, like $80, $100? I don't know. But you get it for the full lifetime of the of when you're using it. So yeah, the first decision we have to make is how do we want to do Jellyfin? How do we want to host it? Usually I do some planning for these streams. I set up stuff before so that we're not doing this live, but yeah, I figured this would be pretty straightforward. Wouldn't require too much. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. So we have options. It can obviously be hosted on Windows, Linux, or whatever. So let's go over into my server where we're hosting it, and let's talk about how we want to host Jellyfin. Jellyfin's downfall for me was honestly Jellyfin's downfall for me was honestly the live TV feature. Trying to get a TV guide for live TV was just way too complicated. Other than that, it's not bad. I prefer Plex though. Yeah, I don't even use the live feature of Plex, so that'd be cool to try out. But honestly, we don't really watch too much live TV. We don't even have an antenna. So yeah. What have I missed? What have I missed? Howdy. Fizzian King, howdy, welcome. Who else did I miss? Anybody? Somebody got their message deleted, retracted, cool. Garami, the answer is yes. Don't know what question to, but sure, yes. An Proxmox virtual machine. So we can do a Proxmox virtual machine running Linux and host it there. We can use the Docker instance I already have running and use Docker. We can use a Windows machine, which I already have running, and a GPU passed through, so that would be easy for testing GPU transcoding. But I mean, GPU transcoding is transcoding. If it passes through, then it's going to be the same pretty much on both, I assume. What other options are there? We can set it up on its own dedicated machine, but I'm not going to do that, so that's not really an option. What are you guys thinking? What's on your mind? I've seen an Proxmox VM as a suggestion. I've seen Docker question mark. What about testing some cloud. There's something in the way. Cloud trials. What about testing some cloud trials like cloud hosted servers? Like remote servers? Is that what you're getting at? Because if so, I don't have any, or I'm not subscribed to any. I used to have one through InMotion, but it was or it's not too expensive, but I was finding that I wasn't really using it to its potential. So I don't have that anymore. It's basically wasting money. Shall someone in the chat be testing this for you? Watch some Big Buck Bunny on it. Big Buck Bunny is the big famous like 4K testing video, right? Nathan, I'm a bit late. How's it going, everyone? Pretty good. We haven't really started. All we've done is we're deciding how we want to host it. So Jellyfin can be hosted on a standard Linux distro. It can be hosted through Docker. It can also be hosted on Windows. So we're trying to see what the crowd thinks of how we should host it. I think Windows would be probably the easiest because it's probably just straight up a download and then install this and set your folders and go. I assume Docker's pretty easy too, but I'd have to pass in my media folders to it, which I'm trying to think if I have those already set up in my Docker instance or not. I think I do. Nacho, what up? Welcome. Tony, how is GPU transcoding support in Jellyfin? Same as Plex? FFmpeg based? I'm not sure. I've heard people have some issues with GPU transcoding in Jellyfin, but I don't know. I guess we'll test it out. You might be able to get the lowest tiers of AWS or Google for free, if I'm not mistaken. Probably. But again, I really don't feel like dealing with that right now. That'll be a whole other venture on my channel, is probably AWS and cloud servers. But for right now, we'll stick to local. Windows, you just download it and run it, and then it runs as a service, no GUI. Oh, cool. Windows should be straightforward. Let's have an adventure. Docker every time. Minimal resources, portable, self-contained, and we can run several containerized apps on the same VM. Yep, that is very true about Docker. James, I'm using GPU transcoding on Jellyfin. It's great. What GPU? Oh, NVIDIA card at least. Yeah, I think I heard somewhere AMD cards aren't supported in Jellyfin. Maybe I'm wrong, but okay, let's do Docker first. Let's see how it handles with Docker. Let's check it out. So I'm on their website. We'll go to download now. It'll probably give us some Debian and Ubuntu, Arch Linux, generic Linux, Mac OS, Windows, portable. Is there not a Docker, an official Docker? There's got to be. Oh, Docker. Literally the first one. I skipped over it. Let's go to Docker Hub, check it out. Okay, there's not much here. It's kind of weird. Usually there's at least a little bit. Jellyfin is free, blah, blah, blah. It's alternative to MB or Plex, blah, blah. Okay. All right, so what does it say over here that we needed? Run Jellyfin and Docker. Example commands to store data are in SRV Jellyfin, and assume your media is stored under media. I wish there was a little bit more documentation for this. That's not very clear, but hey, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So let's jump into my Portainer instance, and we'll do it all over there. I was hoping there was a compose. I guess we can make our own. That's not the password. That's up. Is it even admin? that the password? Found it. Okay. Let's see. I'm currently running Plex and MB and Docker containers on my unraid server. Plex is still the best, but MB supports ATSC 3.0 transmissions and live TV. I'll be honest, I don't know what that means, but cool. If that's what you're using. No AMD support. AMD cards aren't supported. Oh, AMD cards aren't supported in Plex. They are supported in Jellyfin. Okay. Right side. Yeah, there's a command. I see the command. I was just hoping there was some nice Docker compose YAML files for me to steal, but we'll figure it out. Jellyfin has many transcoding options. It can be more confusing to set up. Alex, welcome. Alex, there's doc on their website. Okay. AMD transcoding does work in Plex. Okay. Thomas says AMD transcoding does work in Plex, so I guess we'll figure it out. Okay. Docker pull, yeah. Make directory. Docker run. SRV maps to config. SRV Jellyfin cache maps to cache. Media maps to media. Okay. All right, let's get this party started. So let me just see if there is I would like to use Docker Compose for this, just because I like having the template set up and it's easier to manipulate. So let's just see if there's a Docker Compose for Jellyfin, whether it's official or not. Oh, look. Oh, there's a whole bunch here. Okay, here's the compose. Let's take that bad boy, steal it, and let's go make a nice little app template. That's what I like compose. I have my little app templates that I can modify or share with others as needed. So let's do that. Add custom template. This is going to be Jellyfin. It's Jellyfin. Still Jellyfin. Cool. Icon URL. Let's paste this down here for now. Icon URL. Let's steal the icon URL. Jellyfin PNG. This looks good. Save image link. Copy link. That doesn't look right, but okay, maybe. Create custom template. Did it work? Nope, that is not the right. Copy image link. I know this is real exciting stuff, getting the freaking logo correct. Oh yeah, now we're cooking with jelly. All right, ignore that. Pretend I did not just say that. Redo. Doesn't count. You didn't hear that. All right. So we'll use this image. Container name Jellyfin. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. We are not in London. We are in America. And Chicago time zone. What is this? Jellyfin publish server URL. Okay, we'll figure out what that is later. Volumes. So path to library, path to TV series, and path to movies. Okay, so let's create some. So it's annoying because all of my media is on a Samba share on TrueNAS. So it's annoying to create these frickin' volumes, but let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, what did I miss? It's not auto scrolling. I hate this. Let me correct myself. Plex supports AMD GPUs just very poorly. Fair enough, fair enough. Christian Greedy, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Mickey XD, personally, I run it as a service. The service doesn't need to run if the logo is there. Good enough. Yeah, we got the, this is it, dude. The stream's over. We got the logo. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. We have the Jellyfin icon ready to go. That's all we need. Now we're cooking with jelly. Okay, somebody time out Jonathan. He's making me relive my cringy things that I say. I'm kidding. Don't actually time them out. Tony says I'm using my i9-9900S iGPU for KS, I assume. iGPU for Plex and MB and Docker, and pass through my 6600 XT to my Windows gaming VM. Nice. Are you using, what hypervisor are you using? You can remove that. You can remove that. It's not needed. Cool, cool. Timed out. Just kidding. Smooth, smooth. Okay, let's kill this. If we need it, throw it back in there. So let's get these. Okay, actually, let's finish this. I'm getting sidetracked. Ports that we want to expose. I guess 8096 is the default that it uses internally. We will use one that I know is not, I'm pretty sure I'm not using 8096. We'll save that for now. We'll check. Are we using 8096 anywhere? I don't think we are. TBH. 8096, I'm pretty sure we aren't. No. Cool. All right, so the way I set up the ability to pass through Samba shares to Docker is I create them as a named volume and then pass those named volumes through. And let me pull up the command. I'm going to have to turn this off for a second, just for a second. 1 second, 1 second. Is this it? Yeah, so I'm just doing this to make sure there's no passwords or crap in the saved command that I run, which is where are you? This one. Doesn't look like there, oh, yes, there is. Oh, no, there's not. Okay, let's copy that. I know the screen's blank. I will be back momentarily. Go eat some Cheetos, relax. Okay, so I would need, not going to update that yet. This one we'll call Jellyfin config. Actually, I think we only need one. Let me think about how this works. This might work. Okay, I guess I'll show you guys. I don't think I have anything on here. Anything sus. So this is the command that I run to create a named volume that's mapped using CIFS or Samba share. So let's go ahead and create the Jellyfin config volume. And we will do that by, there's a couple of ways we can do this. How do we want to do it? Trying to think of my layout of my server. We have one for Portainer. So I guess we could remote into that. Huh. Okay, where do I have that? Do I have that mounted on here yet? Does not look like it. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. I have the root. So here in Portainer, I guess I don't have... This doesn't look right. Unless I'm really not... All right. We'll figure this out. So let's call this Jellyfin config. This is the location of it. It is in the Portainer. Oh, that's why. That's why. It's a dedicated share, I believe. That's why it's not in there. Pretty sure I just have straight up a Portainer share. There we go. Okay. So that's where it should be. Let's create one called yeah, we'll do the same thing. Jellyfin config. Looks right. We'll call that here Jellyfin config. That's the name of it. Obviously, I have to enter the password. So let me shut you guys off for a second. Copy this command. We'll go into our Portainer shell. Oh God, that's so tiny. That's what she said. Ha! Oh God. All right. Oh, you're not gonna let me paste, aren't you? All right, we're SSHing in. These are the sounds I make when I'm thinking. I don't have anything good to say. Okay, we're in. Let's create that. This all looks correct. Looks like it is created. Almost done, guys. Okay, I think we're good. All right. What did I miss? What did I miss? I haven't looked at you guys in a while. Nick's in the house. Nick MG, what up? Welcome. Sniper Hunter, I'm new to networking and wondered if you'd help me with a question. How do you access your home network in Portainer, home etc. from outside safely? Boy, do I have the video going live for you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing a video specifically on that, on how to safely and easily self-host all your stuff using Cloudflare and Nginx Proxy Manager. Currently, personally, I have pfSense, so I use HA Proxy for it. I have a video on that, but a lot of people don't have pfSense or don't use it. So I wanted to make the same video just using Nginx reverse proxy instead. Yeah, or a VPN. You could use a VPN directly into your home network, but that can be a little more, I would say it's for different use cases. Like if you, I wouldn't expose critical admin services like, you know, my port or my Proxmox instance or my router GUI or anything like that. Obviously, you don't want to expose that to the outside world. So if you want to access those things remotely, I would VPN in. Much more safe to do it that way than expose it. So Apache Guacamole. That is actually what I am using as an example in my video tomorrow. So, I just watched Network Chuck's DVPN video. Okay, cool. Summer Hunter Green Network Chuck's good, but has so much content. Not sure which one will show me what I need. Thanks though. I'm gonna try Guacamole. Guacamole is, it's not going to help you self-host things. It will help once you've set up your self-hosting, but by itself, it's not really going to do much for you. Keep everything on LAN and just use a self-hosted VPN, i.e. WireGuard. Simple as that. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly an option, but for a lot of people who want to expose it and maybe let, you know, people not themselves access certain sites that they're hosting, you obviously don't want to do it through VPN. You don't want everybody VPNing in just to access a service. So different use cases. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say, right? What else? Will you be doing Argo tunnels too? No, I will not. I don't. I don't know what that is. I'm using Guacamole, but I don't have that many VMs, so I don't need it. Occasionally, I'll have to RDP into my Windows server. Yeah, Guacamole is really convenient if you have a whole bunch of different services and VMs and servers running. Super convenient. Hit that button, guys. Help them work that algorithm. Is that what you're talking about? We talk about dynamic IP addresses in your video tomorrow. Do you mean like dynamic DNS, like changing your public IP changing, or don't specifically mention it. The video is meant to assume that you have your IP addresses set up statically or dynamically on your router or DHCP or however you're doing it. I assume you're doing that when I created the video, so we don't go too much into it, but awesome. What times are you going live GMT? Really helpful. It's not gonna be live, it's just gonna be a straight video. I'm posting it tomorrow at I think 8 a.m. Central American Central Standard Time, so whatever that is for all you guys, do the math. But okay, let's see. Where are we at? I lost my train of thought. We created the volume. We now need to use that to pass it in. So if I go into volumes, we should see it there now. What do we call it? Oh, I think I just saw it. Did I miss it? Jellyfin config. Okay, it's there. It's unused. Looks normal. So let us do that. Jellyfin config. All right, back to our custom templates. Edit. And path to config is going to be just Jellyfin config. And what's the command you have to do? Like, when is it? Is it in? Shit. Update the template. Let me look at another one just because I always forget the... Okay, you have to do volumes and mark it as an external named volume. That was what I was looking for. And conveniently, we are also using the Plex shares because that's where all of my media is hosted. So, shit, now I don't remember where I put it. Was it right here? Was it before services? I think so. All right, so we don't need other video. We don't need music. Don't care. Photos, nah. Plex movies, Plex TV, we don't need that. We do need, actually, the Jellyfin one, obviously. Looks good, looks good. Plex TV, Plex movies. So down here, TV shows, we would just pass in Plex, what was it, TV? Plex TV. And for movies, we will pass in Plex movies. And that should be the basic config. What are the odds this just works straight up on the first try? It looks pretty good. Steve Simmons, new to Linux. Hi, welcome, Steve. Yeah, I was new to Linux not that long ago. So yeah, always got to start somewhere. Find some cool projects. Suggest looking up Docker, some hypervisors, and just get your hands dirty. Johnny G, I use Cloudflare proxying to protect my IP for hosted services and traffic reverse proxy with signed SSL certs and WireGuard VPN if away. That is a solid setup. Yeah, definitely recommended. Really good. Again, there's a whole bunch of different ways to do it. So Cloudflare is really cool because you are basically sending all of your domain traffic through a single entity, and it's convenient because Cloudflare will do its default security stuff. And another cool thing you can do is when you're exposing your ports on your modem or your router, you can specify to only keep those open specifically from the list of Cloudflare server IPs. So if someone tries to access your network through your exposed port 443 using your public IP, they can't get in because they are not coming through the domain through Cloudflare. So I hope that makes sense, but it's really, really convenient using Cloudflare. And then yeah, traffic is just another networking tool. You can set up reverse proxies. So you have HA proxy, traffic, Nginx reverse proxy manager, or Nginx proxy manager, and any one of those will suit your needs just fine. -1 out of 10. What did the odds that it'll work. I assume that's what you're getting at. It'll be a short stream if it works. I had problems exposing my network. I'm still using PPPoE from ISP, and they keep changing the IP. Yeah, so you can set up a DDNS service. There's quite a few. I use one directly built into pfSense. It just handles all if my public IP gets modified, it automatically sends the updated IP to my Cloudflare A records and updates them there. So super convenient. You'll have to take a shot every time I say super convenient. I feel like I've said that a lot this stream. Okay. Or create Cloudflared Argo tunnel to connect to Cloudflare, then you don't need a DDNS or static IP. Yeah, you can do that. Assuming that is just making a tunnel connection directly to Cloudflare. But yeah, it's networking is cool. There's a lot of different ways to get from A to B, but you'll probably get a headache at some point trying to figure it out. But okay, I've stalled long enough. We're going to try to deploy this and see what happens. All right, Jellyfin, deploy. It's got that was quick. All right, creating network, Jellyfin declared, no. Volume Plex TV not declared as external but could not be found. Please create the volume manually using Dr. What do you mean? Did I misspell it? Or wait, is it a different? Oh, wait, I bet it's a different syntax. I think I messed up the syntax. Is it, No, that's right. What did we mess up? What did we mess up? Plex TV, Plex movies. Plex TV, Plex movies. We messed something up, right? What did we mess up? Anybody catch that? Let's try it again. I want to see what the error message was again. Checking if the external true. Plex TV, external true. Plex, yeah, that's right. Failed to deploy stack volume Plex TV declared as external, but could not be found. What do you mean? It's literally, oh, did I delete them because I wasn't using? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I'm using different ones now. I'm using Plex data. Ah, frick. I forgot I changed them. Okay, how do we want to handle this? So Plex data is the top level of the directory. I think once we get in, we should be fine. So I'm just going to pass the entire Plex data in. I assume if it's anything like Plex, as long as you pass in the base directory, you can configure it all later. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use Plex data. Might be. Of course it wouldn't work on the first try, but that is my fault. So Plex data. So again, I'm hoping it's like Plex, because Plex in the Docker, or the Docker Compose, it asks for similar things like, hey, pass in a specific directory for TV shows, for movies, for photos, blah, blah, blah. But when you go to actually set it up, it just asks for those directories anyway. So I'm just going to say Plex data to data. Anybody got a problem with that? I hate that this freaking multi-stream thing doesn't auto-scroll the chat. You can, when you start Jellyfin, you can navigate through the directory structure. Yeah, I figured that. But you need to have, oh, you guys are on something. Y'all are having a full conversation in there. I'm not even going to try to get into what you guys are on. Talking about Unify. I don't have any Unify hardware. If I ever do have a complete network rebuild, I would probably go with all Unify stuff, but that's way down the road. Way down the road. Okay, let's do this. Take two. Technically three, but I'm only counting this as two. Deployment in progress. Now, if it's doing something, we should see this being populated. It is not. It's not a good sign. Should be stuff going in here. Don't think it's working. I wish it gave, wish Portainer, oh, shit. Well, we got a successful build. That doesn't mean everything's mapped correctly, but That's certainly a good sign. Let's check it out. Jellyfin. There it is. So it's running, but is it actually running? What's the GUI on? 8096, I guess? I'm going to take a wild guess out there instead of reading the documentation. Unlucky. Unlucky. Is the GUI on a different port? No, application setup. Yeah, it's supposed to be on 8096. So I guess something didn't work. I'm betting it's this. Oh wait, no, look, here's all the configs. So that mapping did work. But for some reason, it's not working. What is it's regular HTTP, yeah. Okay, let's see. What did we do wrong? Any useful logs? When it does this. I need to get an actual log viewer installed on this computer. This is miserable. Okay, to find the LAN addresses. Did we actually have to use those? Like, oh, this looks error while starting server. Yep. Database is locked. Do we need to change permissions on that directory? Perhaps. Can we do that? Huh. I assume it's on that Jellyfin config directory. There's not really... Database is locked on config, so yeah, I assume that's the issue. SQLite theory database file and do dot unlock. I think I should just be able to change the, just blow it up. And I think it's got to be a permissions thing, if I had to guess. Because there was nothing there before, so there's no reason it should be locked. Well, no, it wouldn't be. Because everything got... Yeah, everything's in here, it looks like. Actual useful logs in here, same thing. It's all this. Database is locked. Database is locked. That's got to be it. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Go ahead and stacks, actually containers. Let's blow this up. Kill, stop. I used to love Portainer for the GUI and simplicity, but for admin purposes, it gives you nothing more than CLI Docker Compose, if not less. Yeah, it is not the best for the hardcore Docker users, but for most people, this is what I suggest, just because it makes Docker less intimidating if you're just getting into it. So, can you show the Docker Compose again? Sure. Let's custom templates. This is the Docker Compose. We have 2 named volumes that we are passing through to the config and data. So what would be the best way to do this? Let me see. Let me take you guys off for a second. I know it went black. Don't worry. We'll be back. That is the best way to get this done. I wish I was on Linux so I could just change the freaking... All right, let me do it this way. Go into the GUI. SSHN, that works. Where's it mounted? List. Where are the Docker images mounted? Or the Docker volumes. Var lib Docker volumes. Oh, annoying as hell. One second, I'm almost done. All right, so what we want to do is say chmod recursive 777. Probably gonna blow this up anyway. Where are you at? Jelly. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. Let's go back in and rebuild this and see what happens. So stacks, we will remove these just so that we have no weird naming issues. Okay, I think we're good. Back to templates, custom. Jellyfin, not editing it. That was a prank. It's a prank, bro. All right, deploy. And let's see what it yells at me about with the database. I don't see any database errors. So, what was it? 8096? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, there it is. Same thing. So it's when I'm trying to access it. Stop doing that. So it's not the config. location. Where's the database? You would think the database file is stored in the config. Web resources path here. User shared Jellyfin web. I don't know where that's mounted to in Docker. Hope you get it running. We'll check it out later. Yeah, thank you, Nuno. Thank you for hopping in. Yeah, we'll get it running. We'll get it running. I had to make sure the compose file is almost identical to mine except for the volumes. I have no idea why it wouldn't work. It's got to be these. Did you pass in a specific directory for the web directory? Because I'm thinking maybe. Thinking maybe, no, the database file wouldn't be stored. Like, just tell me where the database file is. It makes it sound like it's here. I mean, that's a database file, but is it the database file? Huh. You know who knows? Let's see. Jellyfin DB file locked. What you got for me, Reddit people? That's not there. Manages all the problem. After I switched my mount point for config from my SMB share to the host, resolved the issue for me. Also, 2 instances can't use a single database, so scaling more than one single pod is not going to work. So he was using Samba the same way I am. And I guess something with the database that doesn't like network configurations. So we will just switch this from the network share, which isn't a big deal, to local. So we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Let's go in and we'll say, let's put it in, where do we want to put it in? Data? What's in data? Compose. What's in var? Trying to see if where I put my other shit. We'll just put it in var. So we'll do make directory var. We'll call this Jellyfin config. Keep it the same. Pranked again. Just make sure that no weird permission there's. All right. So let's switch it up. I guess it doesn't like the configs being hosted on a network drive. Noted. That's what we learn in live streams. When we do all this live, we learn some things. Oh, database, yeah, database files on your config data. Yeah, got it. Volumes in use by Plex at the same time, maybe locking up the SQLite database. No, because, I mean, they are in use, but I don't think it's putting any metadata or anything onto the actual data drives. It's storing all that on the database file in the configs, which is completely separate. But I think it's just an issue with databases or the way SQL is handling it with on a network drive. So we're going to quickly find out if just changing it to local resolves that issue. Okay, let's do this again. Blow it up. Jellyfin, stop. I mean, this is honestly why I like doing, wait, where'd it go? This is honestly why I like doing these live streams. Because when you do a YouTube video, a lot of this stuff, honestly, I probably wouldn't put in there because, A, I don't want to look like an idiot in a YouTube video that I'm posting. And B, if you put every single little mistake, your YouTube video is longer than mine usually are. So these are things you kind of leave out. So when you're doing live, you can't really leave that out. And everyone gets to see it and hopefully not make the same mistakes. So let's do that. Let's remove our stack. And we are going to say custom templates, edit. We are taking this out. This is no longer being used. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and delete that just so I don't wonder why this is still here down the road. And we will say config is now mapped to var Jellyfin config. Update the template. Jellyfin deploy. All right, stack successfully created. Running. Let's try it again. 0.0.26 colon 096. Bang. That was it. And just like that, I'm a genius. I'm not a genius. I use the help of Google and Reddit to fix my problems, which is very much what I do every single time. So yeah, cool. That worked. Excellent. So I guess we're just going to do the walkthrough here. This wizard would help you set up how to begin. English is my language. Yep. Username. All right. Who's getting the username? Who's getting it? I got to name it after somebody in here. First one to reply gets the world famous Jellyfin username. I'm waiting. No pressure. I will sit here for hours if I have to. All right, we got it. All right, Rippy the Gator, what up? Welcome, dude. I was gonna name it after you, but he decided Chuck Norris, so it's gonna be Chuck Norris. The password is going to be just password because I don't want to make it something ridiculous and then forget. Next. No. All right, add media library. Content type. Movies. Display name. Movies. Folders. So it should be in data. Media. Movies. Okay. And that's my Plex data directory that I passed through. Library settings, preferred download language. Why wouldn't this by default be the language I picked on the first page? Prefer embedded titles over file names. This determines the default display title when no internet metadata or local metadata is available. Prefer embedded titles. Whatever. Enable real-time monitoring. Changes will be, yeah. Yeah, these are good. I assume you can add different databases for metadata, but I think these are the same exact ones I use for Plex, so I think we're good. Ooh, Dan Lloyd, Jelly McJellyface. That was a good one. Dang. Next time. Yeah, Yeah, Patrick says, damn, Jelly McJellyface might actually beat Bodie McBoatface. Both of those just gave immediate like SpongeBob SquarePants vibes. Easter egg, there is a SpongeBob SquarePants reference in tomorrow's video. Automatically refresh metadata from the internet, never. Enabling this option may result in significantly longer library scans. I'd say like every month, once a month is fine. Metadata servers. Is this not? Oh, metadata savers, NFO. Choose the file formats. Wait, what? I don't know what this means. Choose the file formats. Whatever. Stay in default. Save artwork to media folders. No, don't care. Enable chapter image extraction. Extracting chapter images will allow clients to display graphical scene selection menus. The process can be slow, resource intensive, and may require several gigabytes of space. It runs when videos are discovered and also a nightly scheduled task. The schedule is configurable in the scheduled task area. It is not recommended to run this task during peak usage hours. We'll leave it off for now, just because when I set this up and it runs the first time, I don't want this taking forever. Extract, yeah, we're just gonna leave this to default. Okay. Wait. Oh wait, I can add so that was just for movies. Let's just go ahead and add TV shows, YOLO. We'll add both of them at the same time. Shows. Call this one TV shows. I like TV shows rather than just shows, you know? I'm a classy bitch. Folders, data, media, TV shows. Okay. Same thing. There should be a copy from other libraries option. Or just use the freaking default, man. Special season display name, specials. All right, who wants a special season display name named after him? I feel like this isn't cool enough for Jelly McJellyface, so we'll go with the next. It's Wolfeaster says Malik. Our special season display name is Malik. Let it be known. We didn't do anything with this. Prefer embedded, I don't, whatever. I assume everything's going to get captured from the metadata scan, so I think we're good. For 30 days sounds good. Blah, blah, save, no. Automatically merge series that are spread across multiple folders. Yeah, why wouldn't you want that? Okay. Next. How many times are you going to ask what language I speak? On what planet are you going to have a different language for each freaking thing that you select? I use Jellyfin as a backend and Kodi as a client. I did not know you could do that. Interesting. What's your opinion on Kodi? Been around forever. I honestly haven't used it. I usually check NFO and images. I'm not really sure what that does. We'll do some research after the fact and figure it out. Yes, Kodi with direct SMB access is much more efficient. I use Samba, Kodi combo. So how does that handle? Yeah, I guess it's the same thing. So Kodi reads it in and transcodes it live, I guess. But it's not a... So you said about Kodi server, right? I thought Kodi was just a client-side thing. Does Kodi have a server-side application? I hate Kodi. Well, man, poor Kodi. Johnny G. Just dropping the hate. Dropping the hate on Kodi. Set it to Klingon. Is that, I would laugh. I would laugh if Klingon's an actual... No, it is not. All right. Allow remote connections to the server. Oh, I don't feel like doing this right now. Not yet. We'll do it later. I feel like it. What?
What?
You're interrupting. Everybody is waiting on me to finish this.
Oh yeah.
They're telling me they're gonna beat me up if I don't finish this. What are we eating for dinner? It's halftime, guys. Take a break, stretch your legs. It's halftime. What are we doing for dinner?
I don't know.
Are we gonna die of starvation?
We might.
I was supposed to cook tonight, but I'm streaming instead, so we're gonna die of starvation. Not my fault somehow. I've decided.
Mm-hmm. Decide after you stream.
What if I'm not done streaming forever?
Well, then I'll just eat something.
Wow.
I don't know.
We want to order something? Guys, suggestions. What are we eating? We're probably going to have to order something. Guys, this is taking priority. Look, it's my cat. This is priority. What are we eating? If I starve to death, I can't finish setting up Jellyfin. Jelly sandwiches? I know you didn't just say jelly sandwiches, like plain, like just straight up jelly without peanut butter. I had peanut butter and jelly for lunch, so I'm going to veto that just because.
Too much jelly for one day.
I know, that's too much jelly. The doc, Mr. Doc says sushi.
Sushi's always a good choice.
Jonathan says 3D print a chicken wing, eat that.
I don't think that would taste very good.
Hey, Frank's Red Hot wing sauce on it. I think you could get it down. Oh, Gamer Cat Meow says, "Oh, show cat." She ran away. Well, she's over there. Cat, come here.
Cat.
Cat. What are you doing? Cat. Cat. Come here. Yeah, I see you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. What are you doing? Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. Look, you're famous now. You're gonna have to sign autographs for all your adoring fans outside. Okay, all right. She doesn't like the limelight. No paparazzi. I get it. I get it. Get some Chinese food. Pizza, of course. Kentucky Fried Chicken from DoorDash. Pizza. PB&J sandwiches because the install was smooth as butter. Somebody ban them. Terrible. Terrible joke. Ban them. Get them out. I'm kidding. Yeah, get the chunky peanut butter. I like crunchy peanut butter. You could always eat your cat. I could, but I won't. Okay. Those are our suggestions.
Right.
Pizza, sushi, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm not eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Or Indian food.
No, not Indian food.
Why?
Because we get that like every time.
I know, but it's so good. Grilled cheese with glazed balsamic vinegar with mozzarella, arugula on a ciabatta bun.
Sounds pretty good.
That was Patrick's suggestion. Patrick, are you on night shift right now? Are you watching me from the control room? All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Let's spin the wheel
of choice. Do you actually have choices that you want that we can actually spin the wheel of choice?
I thought we were between.
Well, I know, but every time I spin the wheel of choice, like I don't want that. I don't actually want that. So if we do the wheel of choice,
I don't think I have a preference tonight.
okay, guys. We're getting the go-ahead on the wheel of choice, as I like to call it. So one was sushi, right? Sushi. One was KFC, I guess. That would be weird if that one wins. I keep saying that I need to try KFC because I drive past it. I'm like, oh, I never get KFC. Philly cheesesteak. Where the hell do I get a Philly cheesesteak?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
There is a place called Philly Cheesesteak.
Yeah, but I don't think.
It's like in a gas station.
Yeah. That one by Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I was looking at the
It does
sign.
sound good. That does
I was
sound
looking
good.
at the sign earlier today and I was like, oh, I wonder what their food is like. Because
I mean,
I've driven past it so many times and it looks so ghetto.
do not forget the sun-dried tomatoes. Y'all are getting classy as hell up in here. First off, grilled chicken and not cheese. Did I read that wrong? Said grilled chicken, not grilled cheese. That does sound good though.
Well, it has cheese on it. It has mozzarella on it.
Yeah, that did sound good though, even as a grilled cheese. My row sofa unboxing my Andy C7 monitor. I showed this off. I don't know if you were here, Patrick, when I showed off my new toy, my FX3. Look at that, clean, most expensive B cam, as Eric put it, which I agree, but it's awesome. Okay. What Scott says, wait, someone else in night shift? Yeah, we got some shift workers up in here. Okay, sushi, KFC, pizza. Do we have a frozen pizza?
We do have frozen pizza.
Oh, we have a frozen pizza. Okay. Okay, this is pizza frozen. Do we do pizza order as a separate?
Sure.
Okay, pizza order, much different.
Double pizza.
Can I combine them? Like is there any settings? Can I?
Why would you combine them?
Because I want pizza to only be.
Oh, one.
Yeah, and then.
Well, then I think you would just.
Okay, so we'll just do pizza, and then if it hits it. Yeah. And then we'll spin if it's frozen or delivery. All right, we need one more thing. KFC, sushi, pizza. It's got to be something that delivers.
Chinese.
I guess Chinese, yeah. Chinese. Ooh, wings. Wings sounds good.
Where are you gonna get wings from?
Wingstop. We put an order now. We'll have dinner by
midnight.
Yeah. Or I don't know. There's a lot of places that have wings.
Okay, then
Buffalo Run.
Wings.
All right, wings. All right, here we go, guys. Place your bets. Put your bets in chat. What's it gonna be? Someone said burger. It's also an option, but I feel like we've had.
I feel like I had a burger recently.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably had pizza most recently, but I could always go for pizza.
Yeah. Shawarma.
Mm.
Some Greek. That sounds good, but.
I always like Greek, and you always say no to Greek, so.
Not always.
You're always like, I don't want Greek.
All right, we got two chickens, two separate chickens, KFC and wings, and then pizza sushi. All right, guys, come on, place your bets. Place your bets in chats. What are we eating?
Lord.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So who's a mod? Hit that spam message. I think I only have one mod right now. He's been around for a while. Let me mod somebody else. Who's been in here a while? I know. Yeah, we'll mod Patrick. Patrick, you're now moderator. Snowman, you've been around for a while. Moderator. And the doc. The doc's been around for a while. All right, your job is whenever you see spam messages in chat, destroy them.
I'm not even a mod. How do you report it?
You can report it, but it doesn't remove it.
No.
Well, say something in chat so I can mod you.
Nah. Let's report.
Okay.
I know I have somebody.
Nope. Still, wait. Still there on mine, but okay, it's gone. The doc got it. All right, here we go. Here we go. And sushi. There it is. Now from where?
God.
You can just do Miyazaki. It's close. You can go get it. All right, sushi it is. The doc had $5 on sushi. He won. Wings from KFC. Digit Eagle. Wayne. Welcome. Sushi. Sushi fish. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Back to Jellyfin. All right. We're not going to configure remote access just yet. Oh, you're done. That was the last step. Wait. Oh, yeah, we created... Forgot. There's Chuck Norris. Password. It certainly isn't as pretty as Plex. That's for sure. So, TV shows. Yep, this looks like some of them. I guess it's still scanning because this definitely isn't all of my TV shows. Where do I see, like, if it's scanning or anything? Can I wait, what's this? Refresh. Okay, yeah, it's populating now. I feel like I can't play this. I'm gonna get, my stream is gonna get like copyright strike if I actually play something, which I didn't even think about. It's kind of annoying. You can change the skin. Oh, can you change the skin? Dashboard, it takes some time. Go to dashboard. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. I panicked for a second. I thought it showed my... Huh?
I need a beverage to order my sushi.
Okay.
Wow.
I thought it showed my public IP for a second. I got scared. You can change the TV shows. Can you not chill? Dog's going crazy. Okay, so where do we set, like... Let's see, what's in general? Okay. Oh, you can. Oh, interesting. Custom CSS. Apply your own custom styles on the web interface. Let's make. Let's make all the H2s. Is that, I'm trying to remember my CSS syntax. I don't mess with CSS very often. It's just color. That didn't work. That's the syntax, right? No, I don't want, I want CSS. Oh, it's an object, right? So I have to do like, Header. Yeah, no, I thought it was just, yeah, it was an element. So I can just do that. Oh, background color? Why would it be background color? Guys, this is important. It's not background color. I want this to be red, damn it. Maybe I got to refresh. Let's go. I am a coder. I am hacker man. Let's go. Did you have to do anything else to map the external drive except those lines in the container template? So I manually added the Docker volumes using this command, where this would be the name of the volume or the path. So I guess we'll just and this is the volume. Yeah, this is the command I used in Docker just to create those volumes that are mapped to a Samba share. How do I, does that work? Yeah. That's what I ran. If you want to use it, copy paste it. Copy pasta. All right, I'm taking this off. I don't actually want the background to be red. This is dumb.
Get knocked down the stairs.
Is that what that was? I thought that was the dogs. You
Well,
fell?
it was. They rammed into the back of my legs. How I didn't go face first is like, I think I knew because they hit my legs. If I went face first, that would be bad. So I just like leaned all the way back and like slid down.
Smooth. Real
It hurt.
smooth.
But it wasn't my fault. My heels hurt.
Background color equals blocks element. Yeah. Figured it out at some point. We got it. Chris Burton, did you? Oh, I read that already. I believe it should be default at least. Oh, you guys are. Oh, did you pass the GPU for hardware decoding? No. This is running on my Docker on my virtual machine in Portainer, in Proxmox. Let's just go back to it. I'll show you. I have a Ubuntu server VM that is running Portainer, which is just my Docker instance. And that is where we are running from. I don't have any GPU pass through to it. I don't feel like messing with GPU pass through on Linux to a Docker instance right now. That's a whole nother can of worms. That was my thoughts on doing it in Windows because I'm already running a Windows VM that has a GPU passed through it. So that was one of the only reasons why I really wanted to do it in Windows was because I already have the GPU passed through to it. So we could like mess around with it. But honestly, not a big deal right now. Geez, it's not done yet? Dude. Chuck Norris is in. And I guess for if I want to set up remote stuff, networking, better not show my public IP. Okay, so local HTTP port, enable HTTPS. I don't feel like doing that right now. I don't want to lock myself out. LAN network. Come separate a list of IP addresses or entries for networks that will be considered on local network when enforcing bandwidth restrictions. So I can just set my entire like subnet, right? How does it want this? Is that what it wants? Known proxies, no. Require HTTPS server automatically redirect all. No, don't want that. Remote access. Let me just make sure this doesn't show anything spooky real quick. If using Jocker, you just need to pass in and enable it from the Jellyfin settings. You'll probably need to disable transcoding. In that case, it's kind of power hungry on the CPU. Compose links in here, Jellyfin related. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, that was just my assumption. That would be a pain to get set up through here, but yeah, I'm probably not going to mess with that on stream now. I don't feel like shutting down my Docker VM and restarting everything, so we'll chill with this for now. Okay, let me make sure. Address filter. Filter mode whitelist. So you can either do a whitelist or a blacklist. That's pretty cool. Public HTTP port, public HTTPS port. And that's it. Okay, I guess. Yeah, all right. So yeah, you can either set it to do it a whitelist where everything's blocked except specific IPs that you enable. So if you know you're coming from a specific IP or server, maybe you're routing all of your stuff through a single like tunnel and you have just like one server IP and you just want to access it through there. Or you can set it to blacklist and pretty much have everything open except a couple that you know are bad, which if you're setting it to blacklist, you're pretty much opening it to the world. So the way this works, let me see what happens on my phone. There's an app, I assume. Because Plex, the way it works is you add users, like you add their Plex account, and then you can add them, and then they can access it. So it doesn't, you don't need to know the host's like IP or anything. It just does some like weird connection thing. I assume Jellyfin doesn't have a client app, right? You have to use its own, or does it? Okay, Jellyfin Mobile. Only 147 reviews? Why? Okay, whatever. There are two apps for Jellyfin, official and unofficial. This one looks official. Open. Server address. Okay, so you need the server address. So that's different than Plex. Plex, you don't even need to tell the person the server address to access it. They just need a Plex account and you enable it. And then when you like invite them or whatever, they have a link, and when they accept that, it shows up in their like shared networks or shared servers that they can access. So yeah, this is different. So I could do this local, right? I could just say HTTP. I don't need to encrypt it. I'm on my local network. Send a 0.0.26. Port 8, what was it? 8096. Go. Didn't like that. Why? Oh wait, did I not save this? Okay, let's try again. Oh wait, no, I don't need that. I'm not, oh my God, I'm an idiot. Okay, now let's try. 10.10.0.0.26. Okay, it found it this time. Voila. Focus, damn it. So we'll sign in as Chuck Norris. Password. Hey, we are in. This is my Jellyfin server. Locally connected. Let's see. Let's watch. I'm gonna watch 21 Jump Street. You guys can't see it because I don't want to get yelled at by YouTube. Play. Oh, whoa, whoa, relax. So let's see. There should be like a status thing, right? That shows what's going on. Because Plex has that. Oh yeah, active devices. Here you go. Look, this is me. It's me. Check it out. Can we see any settings, like how it's transcoding or what it's transcoding to? Oh, there we go. This media frame rate. Oh, it's transcoding at 160 FPS, so we're good. 8.6 megabits per second. Yeah, video codec. Yeah. Okay. H.264. Legit. Let's try scrubbing and see what happens. Scrubbing performance is decent. Chuck Norris doesn't need a password to access the system. The system simply gives him access. Actually true, not false. It's in the documentation. Shane, AJM, based on what you see so far, what's your opinion on Jellyfin? I haven't had a media server at all, but I'm thinking about making one, and Jellyfin is currently in the top for me. I would say, in my limited experience using it, pros and cons. I think Jellyfin is much better for, not much better, but I know Plex is a pain for local, especially if you don't have internet connection, because it uses your accounts and shit to verify to the server to validate users. I know you can change that. I'm aware there's settings you can go in to change that on Plex, but it's a pain in the ass to do. And whereas Jellyfin, it, as long as you know the port when you're entering it locally and it's static, then it doesn't matter. So I like that. The setup was relatively easy, but Plex is also pretty easy. The UI, I think, is much better on Plex. I don't think this is bad or anything, but Plex, I just feel, has a better UI. Not that it really matters. This is certainly passable. This is free. Plex is not. So that is another huge thing. I haven't tested GPU transcoding yet, but again, assuming you're not transcoding a bunch of streams at the same time, I feel like we'll be okay. I mean, that was transcoding at 160 frames per second. So more than enough to watch in real time. And that's with all my other Docker stuff running with 4 cores or 8 total threads assigned to that virtual machine, I think. Let's look at the specs on my Docker instance. Yeah, 8 CPU cores. So if I start playing again, we can see what it jumps up to. So it's going to start transcoding again once I play. Scrub. Ooh, yeah, we're getting beefy. So this is transcoding live right now, and we've jumped up from about 20 to 80%. And again, like I said, it was transcoding at 160 something FPS. So let's go into it, see what it's doing now. Are you going to show me?
Who's up? Are you ordering? Am I ordering?
Am I ordering?
Who's paying?
I don't know. Whatever. 162 FPS. I don't know. Just get my wallet somewhere downstairs, I guess. It's probably on the counter.
Let me see if I can slide down the stairs again.
Yeah, so we're at 162 FPS. So even if we threw up another one, if it dips to where they're both transcoding at like 100, you'll still be perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I mean, ooh, jumped up to 91. But again, this is with all my other Docker stuff running as well. So what did I miss? What did I miss? Jellyfin has come a long way since I looked at years ago. There was no client apps back then. Yes, decent. There were some quirks on the web GUI. It's like MB some 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe MB's the next one we try. But yeah, this was a relatively painless setup, assuming you already have all your media and stuff set up the way you want it. But yeah, compared to Plex, so I guess we can open my Plex. We can check it out. Let me just make sure again. No sketchy nonsense going on. Sign in with Google. Thank you. Open Plex. Okay, so this is the Plex interface. I just think it's cleaner. I like it better. Obviously, it's preference, but hey, that's up to you. I think my mouse battery is dying. Let's compare. Got it, thank you. I like the little, if something's happening, it'll give you an activity thing going on. I mean, it's all the same stuff. It's not like, I assume, obviously, if we dive deep into it, we can find some nuances and some settings that differ between the two. But for the most part, you know, all media servers are designed to do the same thing, right? Take your media, organize it, let users watch it. So at the heart of it, Plex does that. Jellyfin does that. And what's the other one I'm missing? MB. MB does that as well. So if there's specific settings you're looking for, I couldn't answer them about how Plex differs from Jellyfin at the moment. But yeah, they're both pretty legit. It does need to transcode 265 to H.264 if you use the app. It does need to transcode X265 to H.264 if you use the app, but through web, it doesn't support X265, so it will make Jellyfin transcode it. I am using the app though, so what do you mean? Like what specific app are you talking about, Dan? What's the source format? Would Jellyfin struggle to transcode something like AVI? I don't, it depends on the bit rate and the resolution. AVI, I don't know how, I don't know in terms of codecs where that stands. Like, I'm not sure, honestly. Android iOS app. Yeah, that's what I was using on here. I assume it's the official app. I mean, it was weird. There was only, I guess Jellyfin isn't that popular. There's only 147 reviews. It's 4 years old. Oh wait, this, I mean, unless the official developer is Anthony Lovato. But yeah, I mean, this is the app that I downloaded. Boop. Did you do it?
Mm-hmm.
What did we get?
Surprise.
Surprise sushi?
Yep.
AVI is just a container like MKV or MP4. You can use any codec inside it. True. So the only two codecs I ever deal with are H.264 and ProRes for video recording. For my media, I just download whatever. I mean, I just take my legally obtained media as I can get it and throw it into Plex. So it would be a good experiment. How do different codecs handle transcoding under similar circumstances? Play Guess That Sushi Roll. I assume one of them is going to be a Philly roll because she knows I like Philadelphia rolls. So I'm assuming she got one. If she didn't, the wedding's off. Just throwing that out there. Jumping off, time for bed, 3 a.m. here. Dude, 3 a.m. That's hella late, dude. Get you some sleep. Get you some sleep, my guy. Eric, I appreciate you stopping by and being a awesome part of the Discord and a Patreon as well. I appreciate it, man. Eric as well as Patrick, both awesome Patreon subscribers. How about the security? If you have the remote access open, you should also configure the firewall options Proxmox well, as well as implement some rules in pfSense, etc. Yeah, they're certainly, if you're exposing any ports publicly, you'll want some type of security. pfSense has a built-in, at every level, there's kind of some default checks for suspicious activity and whatnot. I like using, so you can't really use Cloudflare for that because I don't think Cloudflare only passes through specific ports. And I assume, well, I guess you could host HTTPS on Jellyfin, expose it and use port 4, actually it doesn't matter. So Cloudflare would come in through 443. It would do a check to make sure it's using Cloudflare servers using your pfSense rule. So I can show you that right now. Let me open my pfSense. Because I know it's going to show my public IP when I log in, for sure. Let me I knew it was that. Oh, wait. I don't even know my own password. Firewall rules. Okay, everything looks good here, I think. Let me check, let me make sure. This looks fine, I think, right? Nothing is shown, no public IP. I think we're good. All right, so in pfSense, where I have my ports open, yeah, so this is the setup. So here you can see I have port 443 open, but the source is only open if it's coming from the Cloudflare list of servers, which means that, like I said, 443 is open on my network, but if you're just trying to access it, like you find out my public IP address and you try to get in through 443 or whatever, or these other ones, it'll only allow it through Cloudflare server IPs. So we're good there. So you could do it through, I probably should have my Plex set up to do it that way, but I haven't yet. You could set it up with a domain. Again, the video is dropping tomorrow morning with Nginx Proxy Manager. Or in my case, I use HA Proxy so that you set up your domain. Maybe you have a domain name and you can just do like Jellyfin yourdomain.com and set that up through Cloudflare and Nginx Proxy Manager to direct it directly to your Jellyfin service. So yeah, that just adds another level of security here, which I guess, well, no. I was gonna say I could do that right now, but messing around in Nextcloud, not Nextcloud, I keep freaking slipping up. Cloudflare, a lot of it shows my public IP and I don't feel like dealing with that right now. But yeah. Brad, how did you get Cloudflare server IP list? Like this. Google is the jam. I'll tell you what. So yeah, just cloudflare.com/IPs. I don't think they update them very often. So yeah, last updated April 8th, 2021. So I use TDAR to convert all of my media to H.265 to save space, and then Plex transcodes it to whatever your device can play. I would recommend you use GPU for transcoding. H.265 as very CPU heavy. Yeah, for real-time transcoding, if you have a GPU to throw in there right now, definitely recommend it, especially a newer NVIDIA one. But obviously the GPU market right now is complete butt cheeks. So I always am very careful about when I recommend to use GPUs for things these days, because I know it's a very sensitive subject right now. But yeah, no, that is something I should have implemented a while ago when I was collecting all my media from legal sources, to transcode it on the fly so that I don't have just a cluster of different mixed matched medias and codecs and and container types and whatever. So yeah, that would be useful. Project. Put it on the project list. That's already like 10 pages long. Interesting setup. So you link your private access through Cloudflare, I assume. So yeah, when you buy a domain name, you set the name servers to Cloudflare's name servers so that all the DNS is routed through Cloudflare, meaning that when I go to mydomain.com, after I've changed the name servers to Cloudflare's, all that traffic will be routed through Cloudflare. And once that's properly set up, you'll have all the options in Cloudflare to go and do all your add your DNS records, and if you want to use HTTPS automatically and whatnot, there's a bunch of settings you can adjust in there, encryption levels. But yeah, it all goes through Cloudflare, which is awesome and free. Using Argo Tunnel, so no port. Someone mentioned that earlier, and that's definitely something I have to look into. I use Cloudflare with Portzilla. Is that like Godzilla's cousin? Hilarious. What did I miss? Hi, thanks. This is going to solve my problem I've been having with my Nextcloud server behind pfSense. Awesome. Hell yeah, man. Glad to know that that helped. Wait, are your messages not... Wait, whose messages? Wait, are your messages not going through? Well, that one did, because I'm reading it. Sky, yeah, am I missing something? Did I miss a message from you? Shoots traffic or Nginx reverse proxy. Yeah, I mean HA proxy, traffic, Nginx, whatever floats your boat. Using Argo Tunnel, yeah, let's have to look into that. I was going to convert to H.265, but a lot of people have to transcode it. Still waiting on my P2000. TDAR is amazing. I'll have to look into that. I have radar and sonar and jacket set up right now, so throwing another R at it should be not a problem. I've also used Handbrake for automatic transcoding as well, but I'm not a huge fan of it, of Handbrake, but it gets the job done. Argo Docs specifically says not to use it for media. Well, noted. I like this. Brad says, Snowman, how does Argo work when sharing Plex with family members? Snowman says, not sharing Plex. Boom. That's his Plex. Family can just kick rocks. They don't get to indulge in the media empire that Snowman has amassed. YouTube maybe is refusing messages, including links. Oh, yeah. That's probably a setting that I have turned on. If you want to share links and stuff, the Discord is a good place to come hang out and chat. I do believe everything is listed down in the description of the stream. So if you want to head over to the Discord or become a YouTube member or Patreon or anything, I don't know what I have linked down there, I forget, but yeah, feel free to hop on over. Check out Unmanic. Way easier to set up and configure than TDAR. Unmanic. Okay. Prowler greater than jacket. I mean, I'm not using any net. What are the use nets? I'm just a regular Joe, um, using torrents. So Jacket works perfectly fine for me. I could look at a different or another one though. So Prowler. So Prowler, Sonar, TDAR, Radar, freaking all the R's, man. I posted stuff for Jellyfin, custom CSS GitHub. Yeah, Sky, go ahead and go post it in the Discord. If you have Discord, just join over there and throw it in there. I'll check it out. I don't have the upload speed yet to share Plex. When I get fiber, maybe I will share. Yeah, struggle with freaking internet speeds, man. Like, I have gigabit, so I have gigabit down, but only like 30 up, which I'd honestly rather sacrifice some of my download speeds to get better upload speeds. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. And we don't have fiber yet over here. My old house, which was like down a street, like 5 minutes, had AT&T Uverse fiber, gigabit up, gigabit down, amazing. Here, we do not have that, but fingers crossed AT&T starts putting fiber in our neighborhood, but I'm not holding my breath. Prowler is cool and does torrents. Yep, awesome. Unmanic looks amazing. I'm gonna have to check it out then. Unmanic over TDAR. See how that works. Yeah, I'm really loving Prowler. So according to chat, I need to update from Jacket to Prowler and change and implement Unmanic or TDAR. I have a storage problem. Tony says using 2 Usenet providers in 2 separate backbones. A third with a, what does that say? Oh, metered access for missing articles. Then have lifetime memberships to 5 indexers, all to avoid paying cable. Yeah, that is quite the extensive source list you have there. Meanwhile, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel using torrent sites. So I have similar speed, 1 gig down and 40 up, but seems to be enough for 3 1080p streams without issues. Yeah, I have mine shared, but I have it capped at, I think, 20 megabits per second. I haven't tested to see how it handles or how many streams I can get and what type of quality, but the most I have remote accessing my server is probably 2 at a time. So it's not a huge deal. I would just love to be able to be like, yo, 4K, 4K streams, you guys want it? Yeah, go ahead. 5 of them. I have gigabit up. Shoe Donk. I hope I said that right. I have gigabit fiber, 1 gig down and 180 up. It was 10 up when I first got it. Thankfully, they raised it. Yeah, that is a huge. I would love 1080 up or 180 up. Thing is, when I mean, what I have is fine for streaming. I mean, the stream looks fine. I can stream it, whatever. I'm streaming at 1080p. But just when I'm uploading videos and doing networking stuff, just to have gig up would be awesome. Did it make it 50 terabytes? That is some storage. I've got like, how much hard drive space laying around? 20, like 70 terabytes of storage laying around, so I'm good for a while. But yeah, Did it make it through mods? Did you... Let's see, let's check the Discord. Yeah, I see you. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the message with all the links. All right. Yep, got them. Torrents can be okay depending on the indexer. Yeah, I'm using Jacket. You're in your chat's thoughts on DVPN. None. I haven't researched or looked into it enough to have an opinion. So I'm not going to be one of those people that speaks on something they know nothing about. I will just tell you guys, I do not know. Euka? Euka? I don't know how to say that. And news hosting. I can't remember what the third metered one is. Soon I should get 8,000 up and down. What? I saw AT&T is rolling out 5 gigabit up and down, which, like, oof. I don't even know what modems can handle 5 gigabit up and down. That's insane. Like, you can just host your own freaking, like, server farm, like, server hosting farm directly out of your house with freaking 5 gigabit up and down. I'm waiting for them to dig up my neighborhood to lay fiber. I hear they leave the sidewalk a mess for a long time. Dude, I don't care. Rip up the sidewalk. Rip up the sidewalk for fiber. I will make that sacrifice. WireGuard is a lifetime free Oracle VPS. Or WireGuard to a lifetime free Oracle VPS and use that as a VPN forever. Yeah. Decentralized. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I read a little bit about it. The decentralized VPN. It sounds interesting. Again, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though. I remember briefly reading into it. I saw a device, a hardware device that was coming out. I think it was a Kickstarter that I'm pretty sure uses it's a DVPN hardware device, and you can just plug it into anything and it automatically encrypts and hides all your traffic just through a hardware connection. It was called, I'm pretty sure it was on Kickstarter, DVPN hardware device. I guess there's multiple ones right now. Kickstarter. Just don't ring a bell. Anyway, yeah, that was the whole, I don't think that's going to be anything. Yeah, I think that was the whole premise of that. Yeah, I don't go outside anyway. Destroy the sidewalk. Yeah, destroy grass, destroy trees. Make trees out of fiber, grass out of fiber. We're good. We're dreaming of 1 gig up and down here in Germany. Best consumer can get is 1 gig down and 5 up. Why is the up speed so low compared to? I mean, I thought mine was bad with 1 gig down and 30 up. Yeah, 5 up. Oof, brutal. Gig WAN is cool, but who's rocking 10 gig LAN? This guy. Jacob, you got yourself some 10 gig LAN? Because I sure do. check these transfer speeds out. Oh wait, this computer isn't hooked up to 10 gig. I was going to show you guys transferring files across my network. It's awesome. On my computer over here, with my 10 gig card, transferring files from my server to here, I get legitimately 10 gig speeds. It's amazing. Like a gigabyte per second. That's why I edit. So is my editing rig as well. I edit off of my server. So all of my files and the Premiere Pro projects, everything lives on the server. So nothing is local, and I just edit completely off of the server over the 10 gig connection, which is awesome because the project and all the media stays in one centralized location, which is backed up and has why can't I think of the word? Snapshots performed on it. So if I'm working on a project and something happens to it, it's all backed up and has snapshots, multiple snapshots. And the other cool thing is that I can work on this computer, and if I want to go like lay on the couch and do some light editing, I can use my laptop, which I can also connect to the server. All my projects there, all my footage is there. Super convenient. But yeah, nobody asked. Nobody asked about that, but I just went off on a tangent because I think it's cool. In Retrovision says it's called Indigitus. Is that what I was trying to think of? Let me see. I think this is it. It looks different, but yeah, this is essentially, yeah, this is it. A dedicated DVPN hardware device, which is legit. What are you guys talking about now? What are you talking about now? I have Vault Warden running in VPS. I was thinking about setting up like Vault Warden or Bitwarden locally, but everything I read about how Bitwarden encrypts everything made me feel safe enough doing it remote. So, yeah. Thanks for this. Patrick Fleming says, conditions are making this a good time to rethink my whole network, and Plex Jellyfin is one of the choices I am considering. I think I'll stick with Plex for now. Yeah, I mean, if you have Plex already, I don't see a reason to switch to Jellyfin, honestly. But if you don't have either of them, then, I mean, Jellyfin, ooh, talking a lot. Jellyfin is free, so starting off with it is easier, for sure. So it's worth trying out. Shudonk? Shoe? Is it shoe? Like I'm wearing a shoe? Is I'm pronouncing that correctly? Or is it Sue? Like Lisa Sue. Shoe Dog says, my server and my main PC is on a 10 gig LAN. The rest of the house is 1 gig. Yeah, same thing. My server is running 10 gig. Main PC 10 gig. And I have a 10 gigabit switch, a QNAP one. I really like it. It's got 4 RJ45 10 gig ports. So it's just enough for me. Do you have a vid on your 10 gig setup? It sounds like you have it down, and yeah, I have a networking. Here's my home network sharing video. RAID, OWL, network, home network, I guess. Hey, it's me. Nope. Definitely muting that guy. I think I have a nice little diagram in here somewhere. Gotta find it. Why wouldn't I put it at the freaking beginning of the... I gotta have it. My physical setup. Why would I not have it right here? My God, what is this? This video sucks. This guy sucks. I know I have a layout of my network in here somewhere. Unless it's on the VLAN video. My networking equipment is legitimately in my laundry room. Laundry closet. Is it? Did I really not put a diagram in this one? Where did I put? No, in this one? I'm gonna find it. Oh wait, here it is. I think this is kind of my setup. Pretty sure I have a better version of this, but this will do for now. So yeah, internet comes in. I have my ISP modem. My ISP modem goes to my Netgate router, so I have a Netgate PFSense router. From there, it goes into my QNAP switch, which is it's got 10 1 gig ports and 4 10 gig ports. Then from there, I have it connected to an access point. This is old. I used to have 2 separate access points. One, since this is a managed switch, I could send untagged VLAN specific packets here and have that operate on its one access point, operate on its own specific VLAN. And then while the other access point operates on the main VLAN. But now I have a smart TP-Link managed access point, which does VLANs built in. So this isn't relevant anymore. And then my server and computer just run 10 gig directly from the switch while everything else is connected to the access point, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, not the most hardcore setup. Hey, it's me. 46 people watching. That is crazy. Can't believe 46 people. This one says 51. 51 people watching me. I'm not even setting up Jellyfin anymore. Why are you guys still here? We're done. We did it. We set up Jellyfin. It works. It's pretty cool. You must be using ZFS to edit off of. Yes. Yes, I am. TrueNAS. TrueNAS ZFS on a... I could use my hard... I mean, I could use my hard. Real good spot to stop my sentence at. We'll take a look at... come on. So, got 64 gigs of RAM thrown at it. We have one pool, which is my RAID 10 configuration. So we have 2 data VDEVs, both with mirrors. So it's a striped mirror of 12 terabyte drive. So we get what? I still have almost 20 terabytes left, and we're only using 8%. This is my Plex drive, so this is where all my Plex stuff is stored. This is just 2 6 terabyte drives in a mirror. We're only 32% done. SSD boy, that is what I edit off of. It is 2, what is it, 2 1 terabyte drives. 2, I think it's 2 terabyte drives. Pretty sure. In a mirror. It's at 86%. I've cleared it off, but all the snapshots are still taking up space. Those will get cleared out in a couple days. So we're good there. I might turn the snapshots down. They're set to store for a week, but I might turn them down just to save space, or just get bigger SSDs. We'll see. But yeah, that's my TrueNAS setup. Luis asked, does Jellyfin support hardware encoding? It does. I've heard, if you do it, I've heard to use NVIDIA cards. AMDs don't work as well, from what I've heard. Haven't heard about Indigitus before. May add that to my list of, I can't even say, my Mysterium and Sentinel. Oh, Sentinel. That's what Sentinel was the one I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure this is it. Or not. Nope. I guess this isn't it. Never mind. Why does that sound really familiar then? Huh. Okay. False alarm. JK, LOL. Wow, dude, I'm behind in chat. Make a guide for Matrix Synapse Docker. I don't know what that is. DVPN looks like Honeygain, but better. Don't know what that is. So yeah, DVPNs is just a decentralized VPN. So instead of going to one specific server to do all the encryption, it's decentralized. So it's a node. It's a bunch of nodes instead of a single server. So the way it handles the traffic is fundamentally different, but the user experience is relatively the same. There are 50 DPNs you pay for on their own that pay you in their own made-up coins. Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's like a crypto type. If you host a node, it's like staking. I'm also rebuilding my server this weekend, transplanting it into a 4U case and mounting it vertical on the wall. The significant other's gonna let you hang a computer on the wall? Nice. Nice. I know this guy sucks, but we love him. Who sucks? Me? I sucks. Twitch users represent. Yeah. I'm dual streaming, so I'm on YouTube and Twitch for the time being, just to see if we can muster up some Twitch following, just to squeeze some Twitch Amazon Prime subs out of people. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll just let you guys know that right now. If you have an Amazon Prime account, actually no, you can't even subscribe to me on Twitch because I'm not a Twitch partner. So never mind. You need a specific amount of followers and watch time before you can get subscribers on Twitch. I was gonna plug my Twitch stream and tell y'all to go use your unused Amazon Prime subscriptions over there, but definitely helpful. Thanks. I'll watch the full video later. Cool. Just got here checking out the results. It was easy. Derek, yeah, we did it all through Docker Compose using this YAML file setup or configuration, however you want to say it. And it was pretty straightforward. The only issue we ran into was when I tried to host the config directory from a Samba share. I didn't like that. Everything else, like the data directory, is fine, but the config needs to be a local directory. Something to do with the SQLite database and it not liking network directory. So that's the only issue we ran into. Otherwise, it went extremely smooth. Is your TrueNAS virtualized? It is. It is running here with two dedicated HBA cards passed through. So the drives are not even seen by the host. They are getting directly passed through using PCI pass through on the HBA cards. I'm running Jellyfin on my Pi 4. Yeah, I ran Plex on the Pi 4. It actually worked pretty decently. Matrix is decentralized end-to-end encrypted chat. Oh, cool. Oh, and mine's crypto. Yeah, I'm sure. Got on lead. Nice. I wanted to try out Jellyfin 2 on my TrueNAS scale. I got to eat dinner, though, so I'll catch your stream out next time. Yeah, man. I appreciate you stopping by, though. I try to stream once a week, so yeah. Oh, Shu Donk. From the Twitch, all the way from the Twitch chat. Hola. What up? Synapse server is part of it that we can self-host. Okay. Does the VP... Oh, you're asking about it. Okay. Does the VPN run through your node or something? I assume so. I'm not a, I'm not a network expert, nor am I, especially not an expert on VPNs, and especially not an expert on decentralized VPNs. Web3 is cool. I'm not even gonna jump into that thick of things. Have you checked out Yacht as an alternative to Portainer? No, I have not. The only experience I've even seen with Yacht is when I installed Open Media Vault 6 to try out. And by default, not by default, but in the OMV extras, you can set it up to run Docker, Portainer, and then it also has the option for Yacht, which I've never seen before. So I probably should try it out, but no, I haven't used it. Wow, that needs a lot of memory. Yeah, I mean, ZFS is going to use whatever RAM you throw at it. So this is inflated. It's not using all of this. If we go to my TrueNAS, so you can see it's caching all this right now. And that's just, it's going to cache and use all of it that you give it. So if it needs more for services, it'll free up some and use less as a cache, but ZFS is just going to eat whatever RAM you throw at it. Javier, welcome. What did I miss? You missed us installing and running Jellyfin, and now we're just kind of sitting here shooting the shit and not really talking about much. Wait, wait, hold on. Are you eating all the sushi? Oh. I thought she was back and just like eating all of the sushi. What did you miss? We installed Jellyfin using Docker Compose, and it went pretty easy. I just said the only issue we ran into is when we tried to host the config directory, internal directory on a Samba share. I didn't like that. The SQLite database didn't like that, so we just had to change it to being hosted locally, which is not a problem. For the next stream, try building a forward version of Samba on Red Hat 7 Linux. No. I assume that's what you were doing the other day, Alan. Legendary Bob 13. I'm currently running Yacht on my Raspberry Pi, and it's really clean. Again, yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Patrick Fleming just became a member. I appreciate that. I think you're the first YouTube member. I just enabled it like the other day. So Patrick Fleming, let it be noted, was the first ever YouTube member on Raid Owl. Awesome, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Bob Shee, will you switch from Proxmox to TrueNAS Scale? I I mean, I don't have a need to, so no, I currently, yeah, it is. I'm not going to switch in the foreseeable future, but that doesn't stop me from running it on other systems that I have deployed or recommending it to other people. Um, I think I really like the direction TrueNAS Scale is going, combining the awesome um, NAS features of FreeNAS and TrueNAS Core with a Linux-based distro, being able to use Docker and all the other things that come with Linux instead of using FreeBSD. I like the direction they're going with that. Obviously, it's not perfect. I think it's technically still in beta, so I'd give it a little while before I'd fully recommend TrueNAS Scale, but it's certainly in a good spot right now. Javier, is it possible to add an SSD as a cache on a ZFS instance? Yes, it is certainly possible. I am. Do I even have it? Yeah. So I have one special VDEV cache on this pool. It doesn't show it in here for some reason, but if we go to here, you can see special VDEV, which is 2 SSDs I have mirrored, which basically is all the metadata that gets written and stuff when you're doing transfers in ZFS. They're going to be stored here. So it's not all those tiny little files that are a pain in the ass for HDDs, for hard disks to keep up with. This is probably your best bang for buck. Everyone talks about ARC and S-Logs, when a lot of people, as long as you have enough RAM, you don't really need those. Obviously, there's certain cases where you do, but if you want just best bang for your buck, in most cases, just set up a special VDEV metadata partition, or whatever you want to call it. What did I miss? Derek says, have an Omen gaming computer son gave me, a couple years old, recently started thinking server build and see your videos and liked. Awesome. Anywho, working on Plex and have lots of movies and TVs, music that I want to share with the fam, 2 external hard drives. I'm organizing, also want to do home backups. Any advice? Okay, so you have your gaming computer. I would say take that gaming computer. It depends on what you want to get into. For the best, easiest setup, I always say the best bang for buck, all around setup is to go with Unraid. It's Linux based. The GUI is extremely inviting. The community is awesome. It's pretty easy to get most things set up for someone who's new to hypervisors and stuff. Did you read it all?
No. I was just going to tell you, food is here.
Okay. All right, I'll wrap up here in a couple minutes then. I'm almost at 3 hours. Usually I end right at 3 hours. So we got 13 minutes.
Oh boy.
13 minutes, guys. Any advice? I would say look into Unraid. It's not free, but if the idea of hypervisors and running Proxmox and TrueNAS Scale is kind of intimidating to you, I don't know what your background is. It could be, you could be very comfortable with this. So if you're new to hypervisors and Linux, I would recommend looking into Unraid. If you're a little bit more comfortable with Linux and maybe look into TrueNAS Scale. It does run ZFS, so 2 drives and a gaming machine might not be the best because you're going to probably want ECC RAM and a lot of it to run ZFS, but it just depends on your storage. So with the ZFS, the rule of thumb is like you want a gigabyte of RAM per terabyte of storage. So if you only have like 6 gigs or 6 terabytes, like a smaller system, then you should be able to get by with like, I'd say 16 gigs of RAM. So Yeah, but I mean, you can hop in the Discord. Shit. Ooh, talking so much. You can hop in the Discord. Link is in the description below if you want to ask over there. We got a lot of people in there that are willing to help for sure. A bunch of nerds. So yeah, if you get stuck or want some advice or have some questions, lots of people in Discord are willing to help. Petrifying first member. Wow. That and about $10 might get me a cup of coffee at Starbucks. I'm happy to support your channel because I'm learning a lot from it. I appreciate that, man. I really do. It's awesome to, I mean, it's not the money, it's the fact that just so many people seem to thoroughly enjoy the channel and enjoy tuning in to watch these streams where I finished doing the main thing an hour ago and are hanging out and just talking about nerdy ass shit. So I appreciate that, man, for sure. Will you start streaming more? I stream like once a week. I don't, I'm not gonna say ever, but I don't think I'm ever gonna be doing more than once a week. But yeah, I try to do once a week unless I have other things going on. So, and they're all the streams are automatically uploaded to YouTube. There's a playlist on the channel called Nerd Alert. It's the name I gave to the live stream series that I do. They all have a similar thumbnail, so they're easy to spot on my channel. So if you want to watch like past streams, you can go check those out. I know streams are a lot more fun when you're here, obviously. So, just learning, just started. Yeah, Derek, sure. If you want to hop in Discord, we're willing to help out. I'd say look into Unraid, see if that is something you want to dive into. But yeah, that's my advice for now. Bob She's usually about once a week right now. Still got the day job. Yeah. Yeah, I will be having the day job for definitely the foreseeable future. What are we at now on YouTube? How many subs we got? We are at 11,000. What are we at? 11,196. So, yeah, that last video I posted got me a crap ton of subs. That video blew up. Not like for my channel, it blew up, but yeah, it's by far my best performing video. The one about turning your old PC into a home server. People love that stuff. So maybe I need to do more like budget turning shit into home servers. Those seem to be my best performing videos. But I don't want to pigeon. I want to stay away from. I know they get good views, but I don't want to pigeonhole myself as that guy who just does budget home server builds. There's more tech stuff I like to cover with networking, Raspberry Pi stuff, obviously home server stuff. So don't want to pigeonhole myself too bad. Oh my God, as soon as I imported my Z-Pool into Proxmox, RAM usage went to 115 out of 250 gigabytes. Yeah, Z-Pool, yeah, once you, like, if you threw like a bunch of large files over at it, you'll see it will eat literally whatever you give it. I enjoy the Raspberry Pi videos, awesome. I had a Seed Studio message me yesterday and asked if I wanted them to send me a reterminal device. And I think it's cool. I definitely like to have one, but they were asking like what projects. They said they'd like to have like 2 projects in mind before they send me one. And I'm trying to think of what would be some good projects to do with this. I already used the Wio terminal. Their smaller one, but this one is a lot more powerful. It has a Raspberry Pi CM4, and it just runs full fat like Linux on it. So yeah, this device is pretty freaking sweet. It's got hardware buttons, which is awesome if you're building some type of like GUI or whatever where you don't necessarily want to utilize the touchscreen. The ports, it's got full gigabit Ethernet. It's got USB-C power as well as micro HDMI, which is kind of but as long as it has video output, it's cool, and 2 USB ports. So this is a pretty cool device. I want to brainstorm some ideas and get back with them because I'd really like to have this to play around with for sure. Snowman says, try Unraid, TrueNAS Scale, and Proxmox on that Omen computer. Test to see what you think would be comfortable with. Yeah, that's honestly the best advice. Try them, and whatever you like, go with it. A lot of people are going to tell you X is better than Y, or Y is better than Z, Z is better than X, and you know what? It doesn't matter. I've said this many times on my channel and live streams, is that all of the hypervisors, most all operating systems will get you where you need to go. You may have to do things slightly differently, but you want to host Plex on Windows server, you want to host Plex on FreeBSD, you want to host it on Linux, you want to host it using Docker, it doesn't matter. Like, all of it will get you where you need to go. Just pick one, and whatever you're comfortable with is, you know, what you can stick with. That'd be cool. I think it'd be awesome to build a Pocket PC using a computer module. Yeah, that was my first thought. Is like it would just be cool to have a freaking like PC, a full-fledged Raspberry Pi screen with the CM4 built in, with a touch screen, hardware buttons, all in a slim form factor case with exposed GPIO and everything. Yeah, but I don't know. I got to brainstorm it. I don't want to just tell them, hey, yeah, just send it over and I'll figure it out. So we got to decide. Patrick says, I tell my students all the time that the best tool for a job is the one in which you have confidence in the results you can produce with it. Yeah, I agree with that. What do you teach? Just curious. Similar to that, I always, because people ask me, I do development for work, and people ask like, where do I get started, or what's the best way to learn coding, or learn anything in general? And the number one thing I say is like, find what your motivation is. Find something that motivates you to learn it. If you're just learning it because you think, you know, it's going to make you more money, or everybody else knows it, so I need to learn it, it's going to be so much harder to learn than if you genuinely have a motivation or a project in mind to learn something. So yeah, find your motivation. It's like in setting up home servers, your motivation might be a Plex server. I want to set up a Plex server. So look up, hey, what's the best hypervisor for Plex? What's the best file system for Plex? I have this many hard drives. Should I use ext4? Should I use ZFS? Should I use ButterFS? You know, what's the difference? And that just spark of, I want to set up Plex, has just got the ball rolling to learn so much more about these systems. So yeah, find your motivation. It's a long way of saying that. Asmio, what is up, my dude? Welcome back. I'm just about to end here. You caught me right at the end. I wish you could have joined sooner, but dang. It's awesome to see you here, though. Welcome. What is doing? I hope you all are doing fine. I finally got to see you live again. I'm sorry. I only got a couple more minutes left, man. But yeah, welcome back, dude. We just set up Jellyfin. So if you've been looking for a media server, or if you're running Plex and want to know the difference between Jellyfin configurations and Plex configurations and how it's set up, you can check out the VOD. It should be on the channel right after I end the stream. But basically, we just set up Jellyfin using Docker Compose through Portainer. I know we talked about that last time you were in stream. I believe it was a Minecraft stream you were in where we were setting up a server using Docker. So very similar stream here. We set up Jellyfin using Docker Compose and Portainer. It went relatively smoothly. We ran into one hiccup. You'll see that if you watch the VOD where we were getting a database issue because we were trying to host it from a mounted Samba share instead of local to the machine. So something about the SQLite database didn't like the network share where it was hosted. So Nighthawk ATL, welcome. Another person coming in right at the end of the stream. I'm still trying to make a travel server from a Pi 4 with routing and Plex. I'm still trying to make a travel server from a Pi 4 with routing and Plex. Huh, how would you do that? What would your what would your data source be? Are you like hotspotting into it or something? But yeah, that would be cool. Definitely a video idea. If you get that set up, let me know and I'll steal it. I mean, borrow it as a video idea. I teach chemistry. I'm the one no one wants to take. My fiance is has a chemical engineering degree, so she is the chemistry person in this house. I am the electrical engineer, so I'm the electrical person. Together I don't know what we accomplish. Community is always my biggest drive for development. Always have to have feedback. See, I'm kind of like the opposite, honestly. I wish I was better in terms of community involvement with like open source projects and stuff, but I have such imposter syndrome when it comes to development where I really don't like posting any of my code or anything or contributing on open source stuff. Not that like, I mean, I guess obviously part of me is lazy, but I just don't want to like go in and mess something up or someone being like, oh, why this sucks. Like huge imposter syndrome. Too bad I just finished my 9-hour stream at 6 a.m. here. That means you started at what? You started your 9-hour stream at freaking what? 9 o'clock? You went 9 to 6? Woof. That is a long freaking stream. At 3 hours when I start feeling it. So we're 3 hours and 1 minute in. But yeah. I'll watch it. I think I'm doing Jelly instead of Plex. I'll tell you my new update. Hope this setup is good enough for what I'm doing. Yeah, share it. Let's hear it. Sky says Network Chuck made a video on it on a travel server. That'd be pretty cool. Gotta check it out. I don't watch much Network Chuck. I know he's huge, but I've honestly never checked out his videos. So I probably should. Asmio says I just got my old PC. Yeah, this 7700K GTX 1080. 4 4-terabyte hard drives and 2 500-gigabyte SSDs, 32 gigs of RAM, 4 Raspberry Pis for a cluster, and 1 Pi for home media. Dude, yeah, that's a solid setup for sure. Are you running? What hypervisor did you end up going with? Did you go with Proxmox? I can't remember if you decided to go with Proxmox or not. But yeah, that's a solid little setup right there. I want some more Raspberry Pis. I really want to dive into Kubernetes. I keep reading up on it, but I need to pull the trigger on just getting a couple of consistent or standard vanilla Raspberry Pis that I can set up and play with as a Kubernetes cluster, but I keep forgetting, or I keep just putting it off. Chemical and electrical engineers, man, you have two. Or, man, you two have the engineering covered. I guess so. We don't do much engineering work, though, to be honest. But the degrees say we have it, so that's good. Shudong says, should watch Train streams. He streams for 40 hours. Most streams. LOL says 50K subs on Twitch and loses millions of... Oh, Trainwreck, right? Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, dude's crazy. Hotel Wi-Fi, and for all devices, then share local movies to Roku. Never been able to get a network check version to work with the parts I have. Yeah, I'd be curious. I'd have to wrap my brain around that. Benja 1605, what are your thoughts on Jellyfin at the moment? Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna start wrapping it up here because my dinner is here, and I got to go eat. So I'm gonna start wrapping up here. My thoughts on Jellyfin. I like it. The install process was easy. I can't speak for doing it any other way. I did it with Docker Compose through Portainer, and pretty basic configuration setup. Ran into one snag where we tried to use a CIFS Samba share mount for the named volume for the config directory. It didn't like that. So we changed it to a local directory hosted on the host, obviously, and that worked. And from there, the setup was extremely easy. The GUI, I would say, isn't as nice as Plex, but I know there's probably some CSS stuff you can change. I know Sky sent me some links I have to check out in the Discord later, but I would say Plex has the better GUI. I would say Jellyfin, obviously being free, I think locally it works better. Not having to have network access to be able to access your server is pretty convenient, because I know Plex, you can do it without the network connection, but it's a pain in the ass to get that set up. So they're both good. They both serve your media. We haven't dove into GPU pass-through and hardware encoding yet, but that might be its own dedicated video, honestly, Jellyfin versus Plex in terms of performance, but we didn't really dive that far into it today. But yeah, I have no problems recommending Jellyfin to people at this point. All right, Fragsmith Dan says, I have a Pi Boy DMG, looks like Game Boy, which has Travel Raspberry Pi 4, more interesting than the box you just plug in. So I have this. This will be a video soon. The RetroPie 2. There's literally a Raspberry Pi 4 compute module in here. And it runs Retro... no, it doesn't. It runs... not RetroArch. Is it RetroArch? One of those emulating Linux-based emulator OSs. It's pretty cool though. I need to build the setup, to be honest, but I don't know all the new stuff for servers nowadays. Yeah, I mean, over in the Discord, we'd be more than happy to help you pick out if you want parts or software advice. We got a lot of people with experience over there. They would take, Patrick says, Rubet's such a scam. Is that like the online, are we talking about Trainwreck? Rubet's. I'll get back to that. I'm thinking Proxmox with Open Media Vault for NAS. Use Kubernetes, K3S, for the cluster management. I'm still learning new stuff. Yeah, that sounds like a solid setup for sure. Definitely recommend using that and trying it out. Nothing wrong with that. Shoot you a message in chat later. Sky, need you custom CSS plugins? Yeah, so mine look like full Raspberry Pi 4 too. Yeah, I needed the Discord link. The Discord link for anybody here is in the description below. But I'm gonna end here. I'm super hungry. I got to go eat, but I appreciate all of you joining in. We still have 42 people here as I'm wrapping up. I've just been sitting here talking for the last hour or so. The fact that all you're still here is pretty awesome. So I appreciate all of you who have been here. If you've been here the entire 3 hours, cool. If you just hopped in, I appreciate that too. But all my links are down in the description. If you want to support the channel, you can do it down there. If you just want to subscribe and catch out the live streams, totally cool. If you just want to join the Discord and hang out with a bunch of nerds, you can do that too. But yeah, that is it. I have a video going live tomorrow morning. I have to actually finish editing it, but That's almost done, but that will be live tomorrow morning in about 12-ish hours. So be on the lookout for that. But other than that, I'm going to call it a night. Next live stream will probably be next week. We will probably be trying out Proxmox backup server. So if you're interested in Proxmox backup server, make sure you're subscribed and you'll be notified whenever I go live next week. But that is it. Last chats I'm going to read. Patrick, yep, that is the Discord link. Good night, Legendary Bob. I appreciate you stopping by. Asmio, I know you're only here for a little bit, but I always like seeing you in the chat. I appreciate you stopping by. Snowman, yes, always hanging out. I appreciate you. Cat, what are you doing? Cat started freaking out. Snowman, yes, awesome. Appreciate you stopping in. Matt Sargent, good night, everyone. Matt Sargent's been hanging out. Lurking you were here in the beginning, you're here in the end. Awesome. Appreciate or enjoy dinner. I will try. Take care. Thanks everyone. I will see you guys in the next stream. So next week, be there. Also, watch me on YouTube. You can check me out there. So, all right, I'm out. Peace.